Oh boy, lost some content there by not turning camera on. Anybody who's made any content at all in any capacity has done the same thing, but probably not as many times as I have. It wasn't a good rule. The couple earlier stakes that were just abysmal. Well, it's been kind of an abysmal time. Not my life per se. I hate per se. I'm not sure what per se means. I should look it up. But just this sort, just the tone is abysmal. The abyss, yeah, the abyss, more purgatorial than usual, which is pretty purgatorial. Yeah. It's kind of fun. I've been really enjoying Professor Friendship, Maine. Pretty fucking cool. Smart man. Fun. Literate, so that's a switch. Not as literate as I am, I'm afraid. Take that, you scoundrel. Academia sucks, man. But he's not MK Ultra. Yeah, he verges on it, but he's not there. Well, I found some wire. It's going to come in handy one of these days. Found it on the sidewalk. This is the kind of thing you find on the sidewalk you always pick up. Because it's going to come in handy. I think I already did. I think I mended something with it. Yeah. The Beat Generation, I'm going to try to give you a frame of reference. I'm not going to go into it terribly because I'm not terribly inspired right now. Yeah, I like to make some content every day, regardless of quality, which you well know. Lately, I've been really trying in my own circuitous, said that way, to come to some points. Now we had the alleged 60s hippie alternate rubbish, anti-war movement, fraud. The 60s never really happened. I mean, there was the Beat Generation, which was a very, very, very small group of very intelligent young men, exclusively young men for a while. Women got into it at the late period when it became the BEATNIK thing, and that was all gone. By the time Life magazine covered anything, it was all over. It was dead. Life magazine and Time magazine usurped small movements and made them huge. When subculture becomes huge, it's no longer subculture, it's mainstream with revolutionary flavoring. And it leads to ruin eventually, and violence too. Except I don't think the Beat Generation qualified as that. And they started off, let's put a date to it, probably in 1944, when Kerouac, Ginsberg, Burroughs, Corso, La Mancha, a bunch of very interesting human beings. And I could cop up more. John Cleland, Holmes. Yeah. They were great. They were great writers. And their adjunct was they hung out with a lot of bop musicians. Also a lot of criminals. A lot of drugs, theft, all that stuff. And the whole gay thing was common. Not exactly popular, but it was openly tolerated. Look at Ginsberg. Look at Burroughs. Yeah, Burroughs. We don't know. He was a reptile, and his sexuality was, I think, more than a little fluid. No, more than a little fluid. read how William Burroughs' wife died, you'll understand a little bit more about the man. And you probably saw him on in the movie Drugstore Cowboy. He also, as an old man, he had a lot to do with some of the New York punks. He was interested in subculture. And that was the punk thing really was a subculture, and a valid one at that. That too didn't last very long. But by the time everybody, well, they were getting some notice from record companies pretty early on. The Clash, Pistols, Ramones, not as much. They tried to make the Dead Boys a big thing, and that never really happened. Great band. They're all great bands. I was never a big fan of Patti Smith, but I like it. I'd love her more now. I don't know. And punk rock actually did appeal to a lot of women. So, but anyway, Beat Generation, I'm getting ahead of myself. So yeah, we got these guys in 1944 and then on, writing like crazy, writing rather experimental stuff. There was some graphic art involved, but not really too terribly much. Well, the ones who became famous a lot, the New York loft scene, when lofts were just a really cheap, kind of grimy place to live. Usually kind of communal living situations. Party pads. The parties were everywhere. Drinking parties, pot, oh boy, pot. Not that much in the way of psychedelics, though they did pop up. That was a treat. And Lord Livum, Benzedrine, which people don't even know what Benzedrine is, and it was a noble drug. It was an amphetamine. But I've gone on about Benzedrine. Nobody cares. I don't think it's manufactured anymore. But it was lovely. Used to be able to get the inhalers, Benzedrine inhalers, Benzex. And to get the inhaler, the thing stuck in your nose, you break them apart, and they had the cotton batting and the drug, and you kind of chop it up. And there were little strips, and you put it in your coffee and chug this shit down. Stayed like hell, tastes like hell, and then you drink it. I never got my hands on it because it was before my time. But of course, I know about it because I read all those books. And there were a lot of books. Jack Kerouac, definitely the king of the beats, but he was the king. That destroyed him. Popularity destroyed him. And Neil Cassidy, got to look that guy up. And I'll come up with more. I'm slipping. I need to do a little side research. Again, I'm going on an overview. But really good music. Bebox was wonderful. It was the best time for jazz, the best kind of jazz. Can't go any further. The jazz was very experimental, and the Beats really just worshipped these, mostly black jazz musicians, and they all became friends. It was a totally integrated group, and you're talking the 40s and 50s. So that was when it gets the grain, and there are quite a few interracial marriages that went on. Not always successfully, but it did happen. That was considered fine enough. People didn't care that much. It was considered actually kind of cool and exotic, but not in the liberal hokum way. So there's always the comparison between the Beats and the hippies, but hippies were illiterate. They were swine. They were born artificial. The Beat Generation had an organic and fascinating career until they got discovered. Jack Kerouac's On the Road, boom, it hit it huge. Every teenage guy in the world wanted to be a beatnik, and that's when it all died. It died when it became full cycle. And these guys lived on, and Kerouac, he lived till he was until 69, drunk off his ass, decaying. He just couldn't take the fame. He couldn't. He just wanted to write. He just wanted to sit around and write, but he also wanted to make money. He wasn't making a lot of money in '69 because people just read used books by him, recycled. He made a living, a lower middle class, I think. He was able to buy his mom a house. That was a big thing. And he was a big mommy's boy. Not in the Chris Chan kind of way. If anybody knows who Chris Chan is, they probably won't even laugh. It's just not that damn funny. So yeah, that's an overview. I'll give you more. I'll fill you in with the skeleton when I have the mojo. I'm kind of not in the best place in the world. I'm feeling pretty beat. I'm feeling pretty 1951, but that isn't always a good thing, and it's hardly a howl of glory. Pardon the expression, if in the pun you know anything about what I'm talking about. Alright, I'll get back to you on this. And yeah, I think I'll probably will come up with some MK Ultra references. Because yeah, actually there are a few. Believe it or not, yeah, it's all kind of, yeah, the Matrix, yeah, that's what it is. Like that. So I'll talk to you all later.